Manchester United fans, let me be honest with you, I've really tried to keep backing Ruben Amorim, but right now, he's making it very hard for me to stand by him. Now don't get me wrong, I actually like Amorim. I want him to succeed. But I'll always tell you the truth, no matter what. Since the day Ruben Amorim walked into Manchester United, not a single player has improved under him. Not one. Think about it. Under Mourinho, we saw Rashford burst onto the scene. McTominay was brought through. These players looked alive. Under Ole, Rashford was firing, Greenwood, before everything went sideways, was electric, Bruno Fernandes was playing like a prime midfielder. Under Ten Hag, Kobbie Mainoo turned into a mini Zidane, Garnacho was shining like a diamond, even Højlund was banging in some goals. Now? Every single one of them still at this club is struggling. And you want to tell me that's a coincidence? No. That's not a coincidence. That's poor management. And the one that really breaks my heart, Bruno Fernandes. Our captain. Our leader. For 5 straight years, our most consistent performer. Now? One of our worst players. Under Amorim, he looks like a shadow of himself. How can you explain that? And then, to top it all off, you're losing 2-1 to Brentford, and what's the genius tactical move? Bring on Mason Mount to play at left back. Left back? I mean, what are we even watching? Is this a manager trying to win games or someone begging to get sacked? And don't even get me started on Ahmad. Last season, one of our best players. At Sunderland, their star man. But now? He doesn't know who he is anymore. One week he's a winger, next week he's defending, another week he's stuck in midfield. And surprise, his form is gone. Again, not a coincidence. Listen, I'm not just here to rant. In my last video, I broke down the real problems at Manchester United. And today, I'm here with the solutions. I truly believe there are 2 clear ways we can fix this mess, 2 ways we can start winning matches again. But before I break it all down, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button right now. Join the family. This channel is where you'll always get raw, unfiltered football analysis, truth, no sugarcoating. Alright. Let me remind you of what I said in the last video, just in case you missed it. Do you know that Crystal Palace play the exact same formation as Manchester United? The exact same 3-4-2-1. And guess what? They've beaten City, they've beaten Liverpool, they've beaten United, and they're unbeaten since last season. They even lifted the FA Cup beating City, and the Community Shield beating Liverpool. So why does it work for Palace, but not for us? I'll tell you why. Palace use the right tactics. They have the right players. They know how to make it work. This formation, the 3-4-2-1 in 2025, only works efficiently if you play quick transitions. You defend, then you explode forward on the counter. That's the formula. But United? No. We're trying to dominate the ball, keeping a high line, with slow defenders and a midfield that's softer than butter. What do you expect? Of course we suffer. Look at Palace. They're disciplined. They don't play a high line. They keep a compact midfield block. They hit you on the counter. Their defenders are quick enough to recover, their midfield is strong enough to battle, and their 2 men in midfield can defend, create, and dictate. That's how you play 3-4-2-1. And yes, I saw some people saying, but Conte won the Premier League with 3-4-2-1 at Chelsea. True. But do you know why it worked for Conte? Because he adapted. He analysed his players and played to their strengths. At Chelsea, he had Matic and Kante in midfield. Matic could dictate and hit those long passes. Kante was a destroyer, a ball carrier, an engine. That's balance. And his wing-backs? Alonso and Moses. Proper wing-backs. They could defend, they could attack, they could even score. Hazard and Pedro ahead of them to make the system shine. That's why it worked. But what about United? We don't even have half of that. Yet Amorim is forcing the same system without the players that fits it. And it's failing miserably. Some of you also say, but Manchester United didn't play well even with 4-2-3-1. Yes, under Ole, we played for 2-3-1 and finished second. We were competitive. Not perfect, but not this mid-table nonsense. Under Ten Hag, we lifted 2 trophies in 2 seasons. We didn't play the best football, but we weren't sitting 14th or 15th. Now? Under Amorim, that's exactly where we are. Sometimes, we fans are our own worst enemy. We weren't satisfied with Ole, we weren't satisfied with Ten Hag. We wanted more. And now? We're watching this circus unfold. And let me remind you, the Premier League evolves fast. What worked yesterday doesn't guarantee success today. Look at Guardiola. For league titles in a row, and then suddenly teams figured him out. Last season, he struggled. So what did he do? He adapted. He did that against Manchester United. He knew our weaknesses. High line, slow defenders, open midfield. What did he do? He sat back, hit balls over the top, and let Holland punish us. Against Arsenal, he did the same, played counter-attack, scored, and defended till the end. Guardiola, the king of possession, is adapting when he needs to. That's why he stays successful. But Amorim? No flexibility. Same plan every week. Same mistakes every week. And that's why we're suffering. So let's talk solutions, because complaining without answers is useless. Solution 1, switch back to a 4-2-3-1. We have the players for it. Casemiro and Ugarte can compete for that holding role. Kobbie Mainoo thrives in this setup. Bruno Fernandes, free to create, not shackled with defensive duties. Dorgu, Dalot, Mazraoui as natural full-backs. De Ligt and Euro in central defense. On the wings? Cunha and Bumo, both capable of creating and scoring. And up top? Sesko, a proper number 9. This system gets balance back. It plays to our strengths. It makes Bruno the creator again. It gives us solidity in midfield. It makes sense. Solution 2, stick with the 3-4-2-1, but play it properly. Not this suicidal high line. No. We play with a midfield block. Compact, disciplined. Not parking the bus, but closing spaces. The striker starts the press. The midfield shuts down passing lanes. The back 3 stay disciplined. Think of it as a 5-for-1 when defending. Hard to break down. And when we win the ball back, we explode on the counter. Sure, and Heaven can battle for left centre-back. De Ligt as the sweeper. Euro on the right. Simple, structured, effective. We won't dominate possession, but we'll dominate the scoreboard. And that's all that matters. So let me wrap this up. Manchester United don't have the defenders for a high line. We don't have the midfield for domination. So why force it? Why play the same way against Brentford as you do against City? That's madness. Adapt. Be flexible. You don't play one formation against everyone. That's not how you win in today's Premier League. If we're smart, if we're adaptable, if we play to our strengths, we can start winning again. And listen, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. This is Manchester United. Every single club wants to beat us. Every single club sees us as their biggest scalp. But that's what makes being United so special. We're not here for easy games. We're here to rise above challenges, to fight through the storms, to prove that Old Trafford is still a fortress. But that will only happen when the manager shows flexibility. That will only happen when the players stop jogging around the pitch and start fighting for the badge on their chest. That will only happen when favoritism ends and accountability begins. So, my fellow Reds, let me ask you, what do you think the real solution is? Do we go back to the 4-2-3-1 that once gave us balance, structure, and attacking freedom? Or do we force Amorim to adapt the 3-4-2-1 properly, compact, disciplined, and deadly on the counter? Drop your answers in the comments below, because I want to hear from you. Let's have this conversation together as United fans. And if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button, join this community where we speak nothing but raw truth about Manchester United. Smash the like button if you felt the frustration, if you felt the passion, if you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because at the end of the day, no matter how angry we get, no matter how disappointed we feel, we're all here for one reason: we love this club. And we want to see it rise again. So let's keep the energy. Let's keep the conversation going. And remember, form is temporary, but Manchester United is forever. Glory, glory Man United. Until next time, stay strong, stay passionate, and keep believing.